is the editor of Beltway Poetry, which I've been fortunate enough to be published in. I thank him for that. He is also a long-time guiding light and force in poetry. And I am honored that Indran will be reading now. Thank you, Indran.
Also published poetry books at Beltway Editions with Sarah Cahill Barron, and we're going to publish Mervyn Taylor very soon, his new and selected poems. Very excited for getting through.
Louder. Louder.
Can you hear me now?
Louder.
Closer to the mic. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me in the back?
I don't think it's turned.
I am.
You're gonna have to turn it.
All right, how's that? Okay, that's
Much
better.
better.
I'm going to read from my new book, The Runner's Almanac. And if there's time, I might read one poem from another new book, Música Subterrânea, my first book in Portuguese. The Runner's Almanac. Note to book. Do not go against the need and desire to be one, to share ribs and thought, to explode all the received wisdom and write the almanac together as if for the first time. The runner runs in my blood, in my mind and heart, feeds from light and water, wind and fire, recites recipes for food I prepare, dreams I inhabit, books I choose to bring to term. The runner is a sign in the sky, a voice inside the skin, a phrase in a poem. The runner carries two X chromosomes to my X and Y, but is not opposed, shares the enterprise. I listen to her advice of when to plant, how to find balance and leap ahead, how to create perennials to assure the food supply while experimenting with new lines. You're running out of the mountain, across the bridge, into the park, running wrapped in a shawl, protecting passing walkers, birds, trees, clearing muddied thoughts, focusing on 10,000 steps, perfect pitch, running in my heart, beating in step, my mind composing these lines. These poems have titles, but I'm just reading them as if it's all part of one poem. So if you get the book, you'll see the titles. Well, this one I'll tell you the title, Strider. Keenness of feeling, desire to speak overwhelming as I search for the right form to express overflowing need to banish sleep, wake up running, dancing to Graceland, Aqualung, Lola, Yellow Submarine, and to you on the trail, sauntering in my sleep, then trilling in morning bird song, sporting rabbit ears keen for the almost silent step of the photographer before dashing off into the bush. Fawning deer surprised by the spring, drinking woodpecker, even stopping its relentless eating just for a minute as you run by. As you run this poem into a state of atonement, of salvation, of bliss, at the miracle of life popping out from the dark, tangled interstices of melancholy where my heart had foundered until you whistle by, striding. I'm an optimist like Whitman, so I just taught a course on Whitman at Politics and Prose. Wonderful to reread him. The runner speaks. Sometimes I run a mile round the neighborhood. Sometimes I go for 3, including a foray on the trail. Sometimes I storm out of the house to clear my head of the 10,000 racing thoughts. I have to study, yes, do my day job even remotely, cases piling up, and then poetry, the rare fruit. Oh, to have time to write. You're a lucky man regarding time, inspiration, but you have borne your share of hurt. You would have married by now if plans had worked, gored always with another bend in the curve. I'm running around for you to interpret your verse. You did not break my heart. God played his part, so I might learn that my heart is like life on earth, a turtle born on the beach who enters the sea for the first time. Will he survive? He enjoys all your gifts, Lord, strong organs, lungs, a shell. But I ask every father and mother if they would let their children go to school alone on the first day, the school of life, where the heart may break, but will find the force even so, divine wings to return to the beach and celebrate life lived, the blessing of living still. Blue. In the bracing cold I walked, looked through trees and saw the bay's waters silver blue. A blue jay flew by as if on cue, and I pivoted my camera in a flash as the white bobbing tail of the deer exploded into the blue morning. And I kept repeating the mantra of the true blue anorak I sported my first day at primary school, a color chosen by the chestnut-haired Pauline for her own coat. She slipped a locket in my pocket on that last day before we went off to separate grammar schools and the rest of our lives. I thought she had mistaken her pocket for mine. I realize now that love cannot always speak, the stone inside blue. Goodbye, sweet coconut. I come from an island of coconuts, a long way away, the island of Ceylon. Goodbye, sweet coconut, lick of water, scoop of flesh, cutting, husking at the roadside stand on the way north. Mid-morning thirst satisfied, sun-blessed skin on the faraway isle, brilliant waking, memories vitamin coursing in the blood. I love you, though I cannot touch or eat you. I love you, but I will go on with my day to day, sweet coconut, seeking new water, new sun, recognizing once and for all that I cannot replace you, my sweet sap, up and down the tree, into the pot toddy, and on this east coast of the United States, near the Chesapeake Bay, I say out loud words I need to let you go, to let you go. Actually, there are two poems in this book inspired by Mervyn, so I will read one of them for you. This one's called Masked Man, One Island. Tailor, tailleur, tagliare, cutter, with scissors, needle, thread, seamer, working cloth to fit dimensions of the man, sway of the woman, tailor, sequined, dotting the mask with semi-precious stones, tailor, poet reading Brooklyn jazz, friend, confidant, thank you for the hand-sewn, unique, indelible clothes, visions through the back door, landing at the port and greeting old schoolmates together in the country of warm snow, writing from island to island, Trinidad between Hudson and East Rivers, Labor Day Carnival bringing all roosters to roost, Belmont, Savannah, Flatbush, spun in the same roll of cloth, every Shrove Tuesday, every Labor Day masked. Thank you. I'll just read a couple more, and then if I have time, I'll read from the other book. This one's called A Path. We turn to the Greeks when we don't understand the events of our lives. Why relationships end, for example, the role of fates and furies, miscreant gods. We turn to Christ in need, asking for guidance, help through the veil, and a miracle. We approach our mother and other powerful spirits for prayers, and if at hand, we drink a glass of scotch, because that is a traditional medicine burning through sadness, cauterizing the wound. But soon enough, the headache wakes up, and we go for a walk in the woods, and write one poem after another, speak to friends, and find ourselves alive, that we have survived. Lines about bread. We turn to the Greeks when we don't understand the events of our lives. Why relationships end, for example. Why you will never again serve me bread. Guide. The runner runs in my blood, sees the road and trees and passing birds through my eyes. The runner beats a drum pulsing in my veins, feeds me intravenously. The runner speaks without speaking, cries in silence, laughs in cascades of flooding waters, and I am swimming, rolling, and nothing will stop me from reaching the ocean of being, to swim for a last time across to the country without a hat. But the runner is pulling me back. Not yet, she says. Right, keep running. So I say to all of us, keep running. Don't go to that country without a hat, not yet. And you'll know that country without a hat is when you go to the next life, right? I learned that in Haiti. So I don't know if I have any time left, but I can maybe recite one of the poems just for the music of this beautiful language, in this case Portuguese. Música subterránea means underground music. And this poem is called So con Cairo. Cairo is Alberto Cairo, who is one of the heteronyms of Fernando Pessoa. So, alone with Cairo. So con Cairo. Sozinho no táxi compartilhado. Sozinho na rua caminhando com a mala. Sozinho no lobby do hotel pagando a conta. Sozinho no quarto diante do televisor. Sozinho na cama despertando con o sonho. Sozinho à noite na mesa de café tomando suco. Agora, e tua namorada está do outro lado do continente. Tua ilha, teus irmãos, teus filhos. Não queremos mais dessa poesia mentirosa. Busca outra maneira de estar sozinho. Ai, pobre guardador de rebanhos. A very rough translation. Alone with Cairo. Alone in the taxi, in the shared taxi. Alone in the street walking with a bag. Alone in the lobby of the hotel paying the bill. Alone in the room before the television. Alone in bed waking up with sleep. Alone at night at the coffee table drinking a juice now. And your beloved, is she on the other side of the continent? Your island, your brothers, your children? We don't want any more of this lying poetry. Look for another way to be alone. I, poor guardian of sheep. Cecilio. Thank you very much. I have copies of these books if you're interested. This is the first time I read from the new book, the Runner's Almanac, here in the city. Thanks so much, Jerry. Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
For the poets who have brought books, there is a